The green and blue Vocational Rehabilitation Nevada logo flies in. A VR client and counselor shake hands in front of the VR office. Text on screen, make the commitment. A group of VR clients meet in a conference room. Text on screen, show up. Kimmy, a visually impaired VR client, smiles while using a digital magnifier to read. Text on screen, communicate, and follow through. The VR logo and vrnevada.nv.gov animate in.
My name is Kimmy Beverly, and I've been blind since the age of 12 due to a brain tumor.
Kimmy sits with Joy, a VR counselor.
Assistive technology has been key to my academic success in school.
Kimmy reads with the magnifier.
I want you to know that you can live a productive life with the help of Bureau of Vocational Rehabilitation. All you need is desire and persistence. This may be your opportunity to excel at work.
Shauna, a VR client in a mobility scooter, smiles and shakes hands with Sheena, a VR staff member.
My name is Shauna. In January 2006, I was in a dune buggy accident which left me paralyzed. I utilized the scooter for mobility. I had went back to work as a cashier to my previous position, although my position was terminated. So in March 2011 is when I reached out to the Bureau of Vocational Rehabilitation Services to get retrained.
Exterior of VR office.
Every year, BVR services approximately 6,000 people.
The Bureau of Vocational Rehabilitation helps individuals with physical, psychiatric, cognitive, and sensory disabilities.
A VR client and counselor shake hands. A diverse group of VR clients talk in a conference room. A blind woman walks with a white cane in the RTC training center.
Just take a look at how the Bureau of Vocational Rehabilitation programs and services have helped other individuals with disabilities obtain employment, independence, and equality by developing a customized individual plan for employment and providing vocational rehabilitation services.
An older blind woman talks with a VR assistive technologist in front of a magnifier. VR staff greets a client in the lobby. A group of clients learn about assistive technology for their phones. Gustavo, a VR client, uses sign language to speak with an interpreter and VR counselor.
The support is there if you are ready, willing, and able.
Welcome to the Bureau of Vocational Rehabilitation.
The VR Nevada sign in the lobby.
At our agency, we promote employment. Our main focus is to help you develop a plan that will guide you to successful employment.
A woman with a disability smiles and walks down the hall speaking with another woman. They sit with a VR counselor and review documents with a magnifier and use a signature guide to sign them.
Begin our process with our online application.
The application is accessed on vrnevada.nv.gov.
And meet with a rehabilitation counselor in person or virtually.
Kimmy signs documents with a VR counselor.
The application provides us with information about you, your disability, and what your vocational goals are. We need this information to help you be the most successful in the process.
Two women use sign language in a counselor's office.
At your first meeting, you will get to know your counselor. We will begin the process to determine whether you qualify or are eligible for the program.
Gustavo sits and signs with an interpreter and VR counselor.
You may qualify for our program if you have a medically documented disability that is making it hard for you to obtain a job or continue working. You need some specific services in order to work. You want to work to the best of your capacity. You are ready to make some good decisions about moving your life in the right direction. Bring in your medical records will help us determine if you are eligible. In addition to wanting to work, you must be willing to make the effort it will require. If working is not your goal, or you're unwilling to do your part, then we cannot help you. We also want to know that you will actually be able to get employment in the job you want. Therefore, it is important that you choose a job goal with a good labor market that fits in with your strengths, interests, and abilities.
A VR client fills out a questionnaire on a touchscreen.
One more thing, you must be able to work in the United States legally. Not only do you have to work legally in the United States, but we also can only support jobs that are legal at the federal level.
Shauna highlights items on a piece of paper.
Make sure to discuss with your counselor what challenges your disability creates to employment and what services you think will help you be successful in employment when you meet.
Shauna sits and speaks with another woman at a conference table.
In the end, it's your plan. You're the one responsible for participating and following through in getting a job and also in keeping a job.
Hello, my name is Gustavo Aro.
Gustavo signs.
I was born deaf, and I've been struggling to find a job for many years, I have a young family that I need to support, so I came into VR to help me to find a job. And after some time, I had patience. We finally found a job at Office Max, and I felt confident and comfortable and people understood me there.
Gustavo operates a forklift.
This is a great example how, everyone is individual.
Gustavo sits with Sally, a VR counselor, and signs with an interpreter.
At the Bureau of Vocational Rehabilitation, your counselor will work with you to help you choose a job goal that is a unique match for your interests and abilities. You and your counselor will include your unique job goal, your responsibilities, services on your own individualized plan of employment.
Gustavo writes on a clipboard to speak with his supervisor.
And as Gustavo knows, it's not just you and your counselor. There's actually a whole team of people that will work with you to help you achieve your plan and carry it out and help you reach and achieve your goal. The Bureau of Vocational Rehabilitation wants to assist you in securing a meaningful career in a position that fits you well so that you can be successful in it.
A group of VR clients complete assessments while a counselor observes.
You and your counselor will gather information needed to help you make good decisions regarding your work goal.
Kimmy speaks with a counselor.
Your employment goal should match your unique strengths, resources, priorities, concerns, abilities, and capabilities.
Shauna writes while speaking on the phone. A group of VR clients review assistive technology on their phones.
Gustavo started at Office Max 2 years ago.
Gustavo smiles and nods in the warehouse.
He has grown and excelled in every job duty he's been given. So how do you like working at Office Max?
I love my job. It's really good with the benefits. It's good money. I have a lot of friends. They're really cool and friendly, and they also learn sign language so we can chat.
Gustavo signs with his supervisor.
It's just cool. I want to work really hard. I'm a very hard worker. You'd never be lazy or anything like that. Don't think everything is an easy job. Just work. Work hard.
Kimmy came to the Bureau of Vocational Rehabilitation while working as a legal assistant for the State Attorney General's office. She needed assistive technology to help her perform her job.
Kimmy sits with Joy, a VR staff member, the exterior of the Attorney General's office, the State of Nevada Department of Employment, Training, and Rehabilitation sign.
At the Bureau of Vocational Rehabilitation, there are some things that set us apart from other agencies. This includes the time and effort we put into understanding you, your disability, and what your vocational needs are. We want you to find a job that makes the best use of your strengths and abilities and also minimizes any impact the disability has on you.
Kimmy answers the phone and smiles.
How Bureau of Vocational Rehabilitation has done the plan for Kimmy is that the focus was on assistive technology. This is so she can continue to be successful in her job as legal assistant, which she left to move on to a legal researcher job. This was a promotion for her. The assistive technology that has been provided for work has also been of use to her in attending school.
A Braille document. Kimmy reads with a magnifier.
This has included equipment for her computer that is a screen reading program and also a program that increases the size of text. In addition, portable scanner that reads printed materials to Kimmy.
Kimmy uses her portable scanner to sign a document.
Whether you're young or old, looking for your first job, the Bureau of Vocational Rehab has services that can help you.
Shauna speaks, sitting in her mobility scooter. VR clients work with a counselor on computers.
I'm a prime example of getting back to work and getting retrained. I went to BVR looking for training, which led me to LVPTA to update my computer and clerical skills.
Exterior of LVPTA. Shauna works on her computer.
I really enjoy working with people.
For many students, Shauna is their very first impression of LVPTA, a vocational training facility.
Shauna moves down the hall in her scooter. She and Sheena sit together.
With BVR's support in vocational training and also work experience at LVPTA, a handcrafted job was created for her titled the Career Support Specialist. She meets one-on-one with prospective students in order to provide information about LVPTA and the programs they have to offer.
Shauna sits, speaking with a prospective student.
She also assists them with choosing and coordinating their training programs, often sharing her own story of how she became a part of the LVPTA team.
It was up to me to make things happen. With some determination, you can do the same.
Gustavo signs.
Actively participate and make the commitment.
I hope you're excited about all the possibilities, programs, and services that BVR has to offer. You may be taking the first step to a more fulfilling life. Here's what you need to do. Make the commitment.
A VR client and counselor shake hands in front of the VR office.
Show up.
A group of VR clients meet in a conference room.
Communicate and follow through.
Kimmy smiles while using a digital magnifier to read.
Apply online at vrnevada.nv.gov.
The VR logo and vrnevada.nv.gov animate in.